and welcome to today's podcast. My name is Jason, and I'm very happy that you are here with me. In this episode, we are going to talk about a very useful and very important topic: how to talk about yourself in English. Now, you may ask, Jason, why should I learn how to talk about myself? Well, the answer is simple. Talking about yourself is usually the first thing you do when you meet someone. For example, when you meet a new friend, when you meet a teacher, or when you go to a job interview, people always ask you to introduce yourself. If you can do this in English, you will feel more confident, and people will understand you better. In this podcast, I will guide you step by step. I will show you how to introduce yourself, how to talk about your family, your daily life, your hobbies, and even your goals. Don't worry, I will use very simple English, and I will give you clear examples. By the end of this episode, you will know how to speak about yourself in a natural and easy way. So, sit back, relax, and let's begin our journey into learning how to talk about yourself in English. Now, let's talk about why this skill, talking about yourself in English, is so important. You see, English is not only about grammar or vocabulary. English is about connection. It's about communication. And when you meet someone, the first way you connect is by sharing who you are. Imagine this. You meet a new friend who speaks English. The first thing they ask is, "What's your name?" Or, "Where are you from?" If you can answer with confidence, the conversation becomes easy. But if you cannot, you may feel nervous or shy. Talking about yourself is also very important for school and work. If you go to an English class, your teacher will usually say, "Please introduce yourself." If you apply for a job, the interviewer will ask, "Can you tell me about yourself?" If you cannot do it, you may miss a good chance. But if you can do it well, people will see you as confident, friendly, and professional. It also helps when you travel. For example, if you visit another country, you may meet many new people. When they ask about you, you should be ready to say your name, where you are from, and what you do. This makes communication smoother, and it helps you make friends more easily. And here's something important. When you practice talking about yourself, you are not only practicing English, you are also building confidence in yourself. You learn how to speak clearly, how to organize your thoughts, and how to share your story. This is the first step to speaking English fluently. So, my friends, talking about yourself is not just a small skill. It is a very big and powerful skill that will open many doors for you. All right, now let's start with the basics. When someone asks you to talk about yourself, the first thing you should share is your personal information. This is simple, easy, and very common. Let's go through it together. The first thing is your name. This is always the beginning. You can say, "My name is Jason," or simply, "I'm Jason." Both are correct. Keep it short and clear. The next thing is where you are from. People want to know your country, and sometimes your city. For example, "I'm from Canada," or "I'm from Canada, and I live in Toronto." If you live in a different country from where you were born, you can say, "I'm originally from India, but now I live in Germany." Simple, right? After that, you can talk about your age if you want. But remember, sometimes age is private, so you don't always need to share it. If you feel okay, you can say, "I'm 25 years old," or just, "I'm 25. Next, let's talk about work or study. People usually ask, "What do you do?" If you have a job, you can say, "I'm a teacher." "I work in a bank." "I'm an engineer." If you are a student, you can say, "I'm a student." "I study computer science." "I'm studying English at university." Now, let's add a little about your family. You don't need to give too many details, just something simple. For example, I live with my parents. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. I'm married, and I have 1 daughter. That's enough for basic information. Let me give you a short example. Introduction. Hello, my name is Jason. I'm from Canada, and I live in Toronto. I'm 30 years old. I work as an English teacher, and I love my job. In my family, I have my parents and 1 younger brother. See how simple that is? You don't need long or difficult sentences. Just short, clear, and friendly. Now, my friends, here is your small practice. I want you to think about yourself. Say your name, your country, your city, your age if you want, your work or study, and 1 small detail about your family. Say it out loud, even if you are alone. This practice will make you more confident. Now that we have covered your basic personal information, let's move to the next part, talking about your daily life. This is very useful because people often ask, "What do you do every day?" Or, "Can you tell me about your routine?" When you talk about your daily life, keep it simple. You don't need to share every small detail. Just talk about the main parts of your day: morning, afternoon, evening, and sometimes night. Let me give you some examples. In the morning, you can say, "I wake up at 7 o'clock. I brush my teeth and take a shower. I eat breakfast. Then I go to work." Or, "Then I go to school." In the afternoon, you might say, "I usually have lunch at 1 o'clock. After lunch, I work on my computer. I attend my classes. Sometimes I meet my friends." In the evening, you can say, "I come home at 6 o'clock. I eat dinner with my family. I watch TV. I study English for 1 hour. And finally, at night, you can say, "I go to bed at 10 o'clock. Or, "I usually sleep late because I like reading." Now, let me put this together into 1 short daily routine. I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. I brush my teeth, take a shower, and eat breakfast. Then, I go to work. In the afternoon, I have lunch and continue my work. In the evening, I come home, eat dinner, and watch TV. At night, I study English and then go to bed at 10 o'clock. That is a very simple and clear daily routine. Here is a tip. You can make your routine more interesting by adding your hobbies or activities. For example, I go jogging in the morning. I play football in the evening. I read books before I sleep. Now, my friends, I want you to try. Think about your own daily life. Say 3 to 5 sentences about what you do in the morning, afternoon, and evening. Say it slowly. Remember, simple words, simple sentences. That's the best way to practice. Now, let's talk about something fun. Your interests and hobbies. This part makes your conversation more personal and interesting. People like to know what you enjoy doing in your free time. First, let's learn some simple phrases you can use. I like. I enjoy. My favorite hobby is. I love. For example, I like reading books. I enjoy listening to music. My favorite hobby is cooking. I love playing football. You can also talk about activities you do sometimes. I sometimes go hiking. I occasionally watch movies at home. I usually listen to music in the evening. It is okay if you have more than one hobby. You can say, I like reading books and listening to music. I also enjoy cooking on weekends. Here is a full example you can use when someone asks you, what are your hobbies? Hello, my name is Jason. I like reading books and listening to music. My favorite hobby is cooking. On weekends, I play football with my friends. I enjoy doing these activities because they make me happy and relaxed. Remember, when you talk about your hobbies, try to use simple sentences. Don't worry about long or difficult words. The goal is to communicate clearly. Here is a small practice for you. Take one hobby you like and make 2 to 3 sentences about it. For example, say what you like. Say when you do it. Say why you like it. This is a great way to make your conversation more natural and confident. Now, let's talk about something very important: your goals and dreams. This is a part of talking about yourself that shows who you are and what you want in the future. When you share your goals, you can use simple phrases like, I want to, my dream is to, in the future, I hope to. For example, I want to become a teacher. My dream is to travel to Europe. In the future, I hope to speak English fluently. It is good to talk about your goals because it shows that you are motivated and confident. People like to listen to someone who has dreams and plans for the future. Let me give you a full example you can use. Hello, my name is Jason. My dream is to become an English teacher. I want to help people learn English and speak confidently. In the future, I hope to travel to many countries and meet new people. See how simple it is? Just a few sentences, and it gives a clear idea about who you are and what you want. Here is a tip for you. When you talk about your goals, speak slowly and clearly. Use short sentences. Don't worry if your English is not perfect. The important thing is that people understand you and know your dreams. Now, my friends, take a moment and think about your own goal or dream. Try to say 2 to 3 sentences about it. For example, my dream is to become a doctor. I want to help sick people. In the future, I hope to work in a big hospital. Practicing like this every day will make you more confident when talking about yourself in English. Now, let's talk about some common mistakes learners make when talking about themselves in English and how to avoid them. The first mistake is speaking too fast. Many learners feel nervous and try to say everything quickly. This can make your English hard to understand. Solution: speak slowly, take pauses, and think about each sentence before you say it. The second mistake is using long or difficult sentences. Sometimes learners try to use many words at once. For example, I am a person who likes reading books, playing football, listening to music, and sometimes cooking in the kitchen. This is too long. Solution: use short sentences. I like reading books. I play football. I enjoy listening to music. I sometimes cook. Much easier. The third mistake is forgetting basic grammar. For example, some learners say, name Jason. I live Toronto. This is incorrect. Solution: always use simple and correct structures. My name is Jason. I live in Toronto. Here is a tip. Don't worry about being perfect. Focus on speaking clearly and sharing information step by step. Short and simple sentences are always better than long and complicated ones. Remember, my friends, practice makes perfect. Speak about yourself every day, correct your mistakes, and slowly you will feel confident. Now, it's time for a quick practice exercise. This is very simple. and I want you to speak along with me. Don't worry if you make mistakes. Just repeat after me. Let's start with basic personal information. Hello, my name is Jason. I'm from Canada, and I live in Toronto. I'm 30 years old. I work as an English teacher. Now, repeat after me, slowly. Next, let's talk about daily life. I wake up at 7 o'clock. I eat breakfast and go to work. In the evening, I come home, eat dinner, and study English. Repeat it slowly. Finally, let's talk about hobbies and goals. I like reading books and listening to music. My dream is to become an English teacher and travel to many countries. Repeat this part as well. See? That was simple. You just spoke about yourself in English. If you practice like this every day, you will get better and more confident. Now, before we finish today's podcast, I want to give you some closing thoughts and motivation. Talking about yourself in English may seem difficult at first. You may feel nervous or worry about making mistakes. But remember, everyone starts from the beginning. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Keep your sentences short and simple. Speak slowly. Focus on sharing clear information about yourself. Your name, where you are from, your daily life, your hobbies, and your goals. This is enough to make a good impression and have a conversation in English. Here's an important tip. Practice every day, even for 5 to 10 minutes. Speak in front of a mirror, record your voice, or talk to a friend. Every small practice will help you improve. Remember, learning English is not about perfection. It's about communication and confidence. Each time you talk about yourself, you are improving your English and your self-confidence at the same time. You can do it. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and soon you will feel comfortable talking about yourself in English anytime, anywhere. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast, my friends. I hope you enjoyed learning how to talk about yourself in English. Remember, the key is practice, simplicity, and confidence. Speak slowly, use short sentences, and share your story step by step. The more you practice, the better you will become. Don't forget to practice today. Talk about your name, your daily life, your hobbies, and your goals. You can even record yourself and listen. It really helps. I'm Jason, and I'm very happy you joined me today. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and I'll see you in the next podcast. Goodbye.